I have been a busy, busy bee. They tell me New York City is the most walkable city in America, and I'm feeling it. My feet, they're feeling it. Oh boy, you have a New York City bagel? Goddamn right I did. I had a phenomenal time, and I'd love to yap to you guys about what a good time I had and all the clothes I got and etc. However, gonna have to wait a little. A lot of stuff happening. It's good exercise. Oh yeah. Show out the clothes. You're being shown 2 items of clothing right now, okay? That's enough. Did you have New York City deep dish pizza? No. Also, deep dish? Don't they like thin, flat pizzas there? I'm not a big pizza boy. At Chicago? Yeah, that's what I thought. You went to New York City and didn't have the pizza? No, I had the bagels, though. Had the bagels. And a lot of insomnia cookies. A lot of insomnia cookies. Isn't New York City that city where they still only throw 70% of the garbage in bins? Actually, the city was pretty clean. It was clean relative to what I expected. Now, maybe it would have been worse if I had come during, like, peak tourist season, like if I came in a month or so. They were, it just wasn't that bad, you know? Eric Adams taught them the secret of the wheelie bin, and they have been really using that knowledge. Did you talk to Eric Adams? Well, I passed by the City Hall on my way to the One World Trade Center, where the first guy got AIDS, or whatever. Did you see a giant rat? I saw 2 of those big inflatable giant rats. Did you get a good amount of steps? I walked for about 8 to 12 hours every day, and I developed a blister on my foot on day 2. And despite all possible remedies to that, malediction, it persisted, you know? Listen, okay? Walkable city, that's not an option, that's a mandate. All right? I was walking all up and down the place. I don't care how much it hurt. All right? I don't give a shit. Maybe to a pussy like you'd be like, oh, I can't walk around the walkable city. It's my feet hurt. But not me, okay? I was putting the work in, all right? My big toe and the toe next to it were sticking together from the blood that was pooling in my socks. And I was still walking up and down the Brooklyn Bridge, okay? Sorry, I'm not missing the opportunity. In my defense, my knee is broken right now, lol. Skill issue. My knee isn't broken. The difference between you and me? Lifestyle choices. Did you miss your cats? Did you miss the time in your life when you contributed to discussions online in a not inane fashion because you cared about what other people thought of you? I'm sorry. Been in New York. They taught me to be gruff. I did at one point say, I'm walking here. I don't think anyone heard me, though. I kind of said it for me. Was this your first time in New York? Yeah. I went to New York. I went to Brooklyn. I spent some time in New Jersey. I mean, I should say I didn't go to New York. I did go to New York. I went to Manhattan. It was good. Did you stay in the city? I was in Manhattan. I was in Midtown. I went to Stonewall. I went to the One World Trade Center and the Ground Zero. I went to Brooklyn. I went to New Jersey. I walked around Central Park. I went to MoMA. I went to the Museum of Natural History. I walked past the Met and the Guggenheim. I did not go to Queens. Sorry. Well, I passed over on the way to JFK and back. You try a bagel? Yeah, I tried a bagel. I tried a few bagels. Must have taken the metro like 35 times in a week. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Was it nice? The subway? Incomparable in America. In Tokyo, I mean, sure, okay. But in America, incomparable. How was the trash situation? It really wasn't that bad. Did you jump the turnstiles? I do believe principally that transportation like that should be free for locals, but as both a person who lives in a society and as a tourist, no, you should pay the fare. You got to keep it funded somehow. Listen, okay, the NYPD they're not going to get their overtime pay unless you're willing to contribute. They need to get at least 6 figures playing, cookie clicker on their phones. This MF paid $290 SMH. No, you pay for the week pass. It was like $30 for a week. Do you know how good that is for how many times I use the subway? It's insane. I spend more than $35 a week in gas. Not to mention the accumulated damage that a car takes. You got to bring it into the shop every once in a while. And that's just for the week. I mean, you can probably do it like the month, and then there's probably like, you can probably get like, like better deals for it. Here in Chicago, it's 75 for a month pass. Jesus. Wait, no, wait, for a month, for a month. Oh, that's not bad. That's really not bad. You realize, like, with a good metro system, 75, that's like, what, $900 a year for, like, infinite transportation, basically? I don't know. It's just, it's not that bad, really. Like, compared to how much a car costs you, you max out after 12 rides in a 7-day period. Everything after 12 in your 7-day period is free. Really? That's so cool. That's so cool. With the tap and pay? Okay. Well, you know, there was a lot to learn. The whole time that I was in, hold on one second. The whole time that I was in New York City, I was like pulling up a map to try to like educate myself on where I was exactly, because I didn't actually have a very good idea of, excuse me. I didn't really have like a good idea of like what it all actually was, if that makes sense. You know, I didn't really know. Because you hear, you just living in America, or I guess in the world, like just living anywhere in the world, you hear like over and over and over and over again stuff about New York City, but you don't really have like an understanding of what it is. You know, it's just like, oh, wow, Manhattan. Okay, well, is Manhattan in Long Island? Is Manhattan New York? Is Manhattan in Brooklyn? What is all this? I don't know. So I kept the map open. I was really, really looking about trying to learn. I don't have the best memory, but it was a really good time. Yeah, it's just like a big blob of city, you know? But no, we spent most of our time here in Midtown. We went to the Empire State Building. We went to the Flatiron. Classic. We went up to the top of the Rockefeller Center so we could go take a look at everything around us, which was really, really pretty. We walked the Brooklyn Bridge. We took the metro like 50 times. You go thrifting. Yeah, we spent some time. We spent some time in Brooklyn thrifting because I was told Brooklyn has like some very authentic thrifting sites. And I could really tell because while I was in Brooklyn, there were exactly two kinds of people. And this is going to be slightly, maybe a little racially insensitive, but I think you can agree with me if you've been to Brooklyn, where there are exactly two classes of people here. One of which is like incredibly diverse urban immigrant mixed race population, where you like leave the subway stop and you go out to the intersection, and it's the most vibrant, lively, like high energy, like people are selling oranges and people are like, it's so alive, you know? And then the other gender in Brooklyn is like the extremely homosexual, effete, well-dressed white hipsters. And it was literally like there were such clean lines between these two groups, you know? God bless them. Basically. Brooklyn's the hipster capital of the world. Yeah, but and also judging from what it looked like when I went there, I think that graffiti is legal there. I think it might be legal there. I don't know that for sure, but that's the impression that I got. Well, anyway, sorry, I'm not looking at Brooklyn. I'm looking at Queens. I didn't go to Queens. But I was in downtown Brooklyn, and I spent some time in, I don't know, like this area, I think. The Williamsburg area, maybe, thereabouts. Bushwick? I think I was in Bushwick. I don't know. And I was down the financial district. I saw the Ground Zero where the guy got AIDS. And I went to... Is this Teardrop Park? Is this the one that looks like it's on a bunch of golf tees? Teardrop Park? No, that's a different one. No, wait, which side was that on? Which is the park that looks like it's on a bunch of like golf tees? That's Battery Park? No one knows? I'm describing it pretty well here. Come on. Little Island Park, my advisor is telling me. Little Island Park, which is somewhere here, presumably. The hell is it? Well, it doesn't matter. It was cool. Did you see Spider-Man? I kept an eye out, but I didn't see Spider-Man, which is a real shame. I went up, you know, I was up on top of the buildings. I can't believe Spider-Man jumps from those. I don't care if you got, like, superpowers or whatever. If you're jumping off that, man, that's crazy to me. That's genuinely crazy. Here we go, Little Island. It's on a bunch of golf tees. It's cool. Got a sunburn here. Very fun. Oh, I went to the Chelsea market. Oh, I spent a bunch of time, not just in Chelsea, but in Soho. Probably where the first guy got AIDS. I don't know. A lot of gay people there. Stonewall, hello. Took some pictures at Stonewall. Had an extremely good, overpriced little chocolate cake slice. It's very, very good. Really enjoyed that. You throw a brick? No, I didn't throw a brick. There was nothing to throw a brick at. There were bricks. You see the Statue of Liberty? From afar, from afar. Stonewall is where Yaqub invented the Lebanese. I believe it. I believe it. I believe that. Anyway, it was a really good time. Oh, and yeah, I did my shopping. All of the nice clothing stores were there in Soho. I hit up White. I hit up 18 East. Oh man, Wythe. What a beautiful, beautiful store. I passed by an Acne Studios, which for those of you who know, they're like on the beating heart of the current like hip designer scene. And I got a jacket of theirs, which I'm quite fond of. Acne? Yeah, Acne Studios. That's where the coyote gets his rockets, right? Yeah, you got it. So you'd think their shit would be bad. Maybe some of it is. I don't know. It's not really heritage menswear, but I got a nice jacket from them. Acne Studios is expensive as well. Yeah, I took a mortgage out for the jacket that I got, but it was worth it. Anyway, did you visit any of the Ralph Lauren flagship stores in Manhattan? Nope, didn't have time. I know. It was on the list too, but that's okay. Look, I had a lot of... there was no wasted time in this trip. You on the top of any tall buildings? Yeah, the Rockefeller. Went all up and down the place. No Empire State? No. Didn't go to the top of the Empire State. Look, there's a million things to do here, okay? It's literally New York City. Walked around the big lake here. The Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis Reservoir, which was nice. Had a great time. The American Museum of Natural History, absolutely phenomenal. You can really see how dangerous this would be for all the stuff inside of it to come to life at night. Did you go to Chinatown? Yep. It was where 18 East was. MoMA? Yeah, I went to MoMA. MoMA's near the... MoMA's here-ish, right? Somewhere here? No? It's on the other side? MoMA's somewhere here. You're MoMA? You're MoMA. Midtown-ish? No, it's not there? MoMA. Yeah, MoMA was great. Can you believe they've got some fancy shit there? They've got Monet. They've got all the Picassos. They've got the goddamn squares inside of squares. It's insane. They have the starry night sky. It's crazy how much shit they got. You make it to the Met? Nah, didn't have time for the Met at Guggenheim. Maybe for the next trip. Maybe for the next trip. Oh, by the way, congestion pricing might actually be the greatest policy ever invented. There was like no traffic. I'm genuinely not kidding. At all times of day, in every part of the city that I visited, like I've seen what New York looks like in decades of consuming media. I know what it's supposed to look like, okay? And it was just empty. It's insane. Like, it's literally guys from New Jersey going, all right, gonna take a trip around Manhattan today. Let's go! And then they just drive in circles for 8 hours, and then they come back home and take their hat off and hang it up in the coat rack as they come back inside. Honey, I'm home. Yeah, I had a big day today. Like, it's like apparently it's not even a joke. Even taxis. I didn't see anyone use a taxi. It kind of sucks that the yellow taxi is like a symbol of New York City, when, for one, taxis, and for two, the metro's right there. The MTA, there's like a billion lines, especially if you're just in Manhattan. I'm sure if you're in like Queens or whatever, like, you know, it's not as reliable, but like it's literally like there's like a million. In Manhattan, we were always like 1 block from a metro station, and it's so easy to use. Literally on Google Maps, you're just like, I want to get there. Select transit, kablamo. Now you have the times. Now you have where you need to go. Blah 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 blah. You know, man. Staten Island's New York. It's the 5th borough. Howling Ginsburg. I only saw 2 of the boroughs, Brooklyn, Manhattan. I didn't go to the Bronx. Sorry. Isn't the Bronx where Spider-Man lives? Or is that just where Miles Morales Spider-Man lives because of like race? Or does he always live there? No, he lives in Queens? Wait, do they both live in the same one? Or do they live in different one? Miles lives in Brooklyn's. Peter Parker is from Queens. Okay. Miles is from Harlem? I don't think Miles is from Harlem. I think you're a racist. I don't think that's true at all. I've seen Across the Spider-Verse. I don't think that was Harlem. I didn't get to go to Harlem, which is a shame because, you know, there's presumably a lot of cool stuff there. I thought he was, according to the Spider-Man PS5 game. Oh. In the video game, did Miles move? I didn't play the video game. I don't know. I've just watched the animated, I don't know. Are those commie blocks in the middle of New York City? I don't want to be one of those guys who comes back from New York City and becomes like a militant New York City is the greatest city in the world guy, but unfortunately I have very bad news for you guys, okay? Because I came back from Barcelona and I was like, wow, I really love this urbanism. And unfortunately for me and for your sanity, New York City is more urbanist than Barcelona by a factor of like 10. It's kind of crazy how cool it is, to be honest. It's so much denser. Yeah, it's insane. But Barcelona's more pro-social, no? I mean, maybe, but that could also just be because it's on the Mediterranean, so the weather's always nice, and everyone there is Spanish. So they're like, they go outside, and everyone else there is Spanish, and they all have like the 4 buttons undone on their shirts, and they're all ba 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 ba. Maybe it's my neurodivergence, but it's too dense, too much stimulant. Well, it depends on where you are, right? Because, okay, I feel like I could be autistic in Manhattan. I could not be autistic in Brooklyn. When I entered Brooklyn and I left the subway stop and I was immediately, I don't want to say assaulted like in a negative way. I love this shit, okay? But it was like this, like 50 people per square foot selling oranges, and the amount of culture, and I mean it. But when I say culture, I'm not saying like, I'm not using this as like a synonym for mixed race. I mean like you can literally, like, you know how they say a picture's worth 1,000 words? The pictures there were not worth 1,000 words, okay? Maybe a picture in like a Kentucky flyover town would be worth 1,000 words. A picture in some of the parts of Brooklyn that I visited would be worth like a solid book or two. It's like so much. It's so much. So I think if I was there, I couldn't be autistic because I would order, like, I would want to get like a lemonade. So I would go to a local gas station or like a food mart, and I would go in there and there would be like 7 people of indeterminable ethnicity scream laughing over a joke one of them just told, and I would have to talk over them to get to the cashier to get my lemonade. And I would be like, excuse me, and they wouldn't hear me. And then I'd be like, pardon me. And then one of them would be like, pardon me, this guy, hey, you all right? Pardon me, that's nice of you, young man, come over here. And pat me on the back. And I'd be like really flattered, but it'd also be like, I want my damn lemonade. This, I'm getting social mogged. I'm getting like, they're walking all over me in a very friendly way. Look at this white boy ordering lemonade. Ain't that cute? You looking good, kid. You looking good. Love that for you. You know what I mean? I hope none of this is coming across as negative. This is delightful to me. However, it's a little bit high energy for my taste, okay? So but I feel like I could be autistic in, that's not Manhattan, this Manhattan. I feel like I could be autistic in Manhattan. I feel like there were lots of parts of the West Village and Soho and Chelsea where I could be autistic there. Oh, I walked the High Line, by the way. Where's the High Line? Did they show it? Did they show the High Line? Or it's like the 1.5 mile, it used to be a train. It used to be like a train, so on and so forth, but it was very pretty. And it ends at like the suicide stairs, the big egg made of stairs that you kill yourself off of. The suicide egg. You know what I'm talking about. I think one thing that with you is because of all the tall buildings, you never get any direct sunlight. Maybe that's true like here, like in the middle of Manhattan from Midtown to the financial district. But if you go over by the water on either side, I got lots of sun. In fact, I got sunburned. And there were so many parks. Yeah, you got Central Park. I don't know, man. I really enjoyed it. It's just, man, it's so expensive here. Oh man, even for a fellow such as myself. You can do more development out to a point. The real issue with the cost of living in New York City, in addition to like private equity and the housing crisis and so on and so forth, it's not even like a you need to build more homes thing. Brother, they built plenty of homes over here, okay? There is not a lack of homes here. The problem is just that it's such a special place. Everyone wants to live here anyway. We just need to build more New York cities. Not more of New York City, more New York cities, you know? You need to build more places that make people feel like this. And not like LA? No, not like LA. Please, God. A New York in every state. A job to every man. A New York to every state. It was a wonderful time and a wonderful city, you know? Reminded me a lot of how I felt in Tokyo, except it was really American. And I like America, in spite of everything. So, you know. There were a bunch of Hamilton the Musical references, which I enjoyed. They need to build new skyscrapers strictly for residential. Have you ever seen the way Vienna builds the high-density housing? You'd be perfect. Yeah, I just, it's like there are already so many people here, you know? But, I mean, it's fucked up how San Francisco could be another New York City. Yep, it literally could. God intended the San Francisco Bay Area to be another New York City, and they just refuse to because they don't want to do anything to lower the value of the single-family homes that old people own there. San Francisco hates you personally? That's literally true. Dude, look at all these MTA stations. When you zoom in, all these little blue dots, it's literally like every couple of streets. You got the short blocks and the long blocks, you know? It's really good. It's really good. It's really, really good. Do you think Philly or Boston to be another NYC? I haven't been to either of those cities. What are they? MTA, the metro. Turn on transit. No, I want to see the lines. Show me the... Well, it's only showing me like a few. Why not show me the lines? Click on layers. Layers. Oh. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there's quite a bit. As long as you know where to go. I mean, and it's not even that far across, right? I mean, you can walk from one side of the water to the other. What would you say this walk is? Like 25 minutes? It's really not that much. Like, it's so much packed into such a small area. It's 2 miles across. Okay, so more like 35 minutes. But that's crazy, right? Like, because like we're like it's like, okay, if you superimpose this over LA, it would be like a joke. Like, if you went up to the top of the Rockefeller Center and you magically cut out a chunk of Los Angeles and you put it like, I don't know, where, here, whatever, it would look like Gaza next to everything else. You would have all this city, and then in the section where you put LA, it would be like, what happened? Why don't people build there? You know, it's like ruins, like it's flat. It's just flat. Barely even exaggeration. No, it's genuinely, it's not, it's insane. Show us street photos compare. You can look up. You can look up what it looks like if you want, okay? It's crazy. Even the smallest buildings here look so big when you're down there on street level. Wait, was there a fan meetup in New York? No. I'm busy. New York subway compared with LA Metro? Yeah, the crazy thing too is that the like look, okay, are these to the same scale? Are these the same scale, these two images? They look like they might be. This is all LA, and then Manhattan is this tiny little sliver. See this? All of Manhattan. Right here. This little sliver. This is outdated. Oh, what? Did LA add one new line? The horrors of LA zoning. I don't want to look at this shit, man. You're bringing the vibes down. What the fuck? Single family home is yellow. Gray is commercial or other undeveloped land. I'm happy they combined those two. Local governance was a mistake. That's true. I genuinely, I think that I might be getting radicalized into the idea of like undemocratic development czars. Like, rather than city development having to be approved by a committee and you have like budgetary plans that the mayor signs after the... So I think you just need to pick like someone who's really based, and you need to give them infinite power and just like run with it, you know? And sometimes it'll go poorly and sometimes it won't. And I think that you should just move to the cities that go well. And that's pretty much it. I don't know what else. I don't know what else to say. Urban natural selection. True. Okay, wait, hold on. Somebody gave me a true size comparison chart. How do I input? Okay, hold on. Los Angeles, California, United States. That sounds like the one. And New York. This is actually like so f***ed up, man. It's like despair-inducing. You don't even see all of... Huh? You don't even see all of Los Angeles in this. But Manhattan is completely encompassed. How do I zoom out? Here, radius. No, that zooms in. 50. Dude. 75. You have to go so far out to fit all of LA. This still isn't all of LA. Jesus. And here you've got like New York City and half of the state of Jersey or whatever. Yeah, you've got like Long Island here. I saw the New York City Midtown Buck Mason location, which actually had some of their Lee collaboration. Lee was one of the big jean makers back in like early American workwear days. They've fallen off massively over the past few decades, but they have a very specific style. I'm wearing one of their jackets right here, like so. I'm also wearing a white button-down collar Oxford shirt because I am extremely fond of the roll on them. They have just like a nice romantic roll. I also got this shirt in striped white and blue, and isn't that powder blue? Did I say white? Oh, I meant to say I'm gonna get it in white. I got it in blue and white. Like so. 2 bandanas. One of them is from White. Still need to learn how to tie these properly. And one of them, which needs to be broken in a little bit, because my goodness, is from Left Field NYC. Lamb's Wool Beanie, also from Left Field NYC. A very nice shirt and tank top from Left Field. You can't really appreciate the cool texture over the camera. Not much I can do about it. Really nice white sweater. See, nice texture, very light. Can be worn in warm weather. A very poofy half zip from White. Not made out of wool. It's a heavy, durable cotton. It's got 2 little front pockets. Nice brass hardware. Very fond of it. Super, super cool. A pair of camo pants in frog camo. The very first type of camouflage the United States military ever tried to use. Very, very soft. Very cool pattern. I like it because it's goofy looking. It doesn't look like modern camo patterns, I guess, which look a little more tactical. This to me looks a little more like, I don't know. How do I put it? Just looks less serious. This is insane, by the way. This is denim. It is hand-loomed. No electricity was used in the making of the fabric that this was woven with. I don't know how these weren't $2,000. They're so light and loose, they feel like linen. They feel like summer pants. They're like, this is denim. Like, look at this. But unlike linen, it doesn't wrinkle. It's crazy. Like, I genuinely don't... Where's this stuff from? This is from Left Field NYC. And then the one big ticket item, a patterned Acne Studios denim bomber jacket, which is very comfy and very oversized. Never pinned Vaush for a camo guy? Yeah, well, like I said, it doesn't look like modern, like, tactical dipshit out there hunting ducks in the forest camo. It's, like, kind of goofy looking, which is why I liked it. It's very charming. Very charming. Did you go to Aimé Leon d'Or? No, but I walked outside of it and saw a line. I couldn't see you wearing camo either. Okay, all right. Well, you know what? It's up to me to prove you, we'll see. We'll see how it goes then. All right, okay. Also, my beloved partner took this photo of me, and I think it looks very cool, in my humble opinion. See? It was actually candid, so I didn't even feel like a dipshit posing for it. I was just looking at the wall. Oh, I can't see Vaush in camo. Oh.